Your live Weather Authority coverage starts right now.
Well, good morning, everybody. Good snowy morning to many of us. Snow falling hard across much of the state, including here in the Portland area. We started out as rain earlier this morning, and that has since switched over to a heavy snowfall. And we are seeing that across much of the state, up towards the Lewiston area and inland towards the Lakes region as well. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining me here on this Facebook Live. Of course, we're talking about today's snowfall and the potential of another significant snow on the way as we head into Saturday with big accumulations looking likely. I'll be breaking down that snow map coming up here in just a few minutes. But of course, right now we're seeing plenty of snow out there. Here's a live look at the Scarborough Turnpike cam. Yeah, that's what we're dealing with. Even if there is no snow on the roads, the visibility is likely greatly reduced out there this morning. So would love to hear from you. Are you seeing rain or are you seeing snow? Would be great to know what you guys are seeing. And we've got some reports already. Lisa, thanks for chiming in here. Heavy snow in Pittston. And hello from Sabatis. Thanks, Joella, for joining in. And yeah, if you're just joining in, let me know what you guys are seeing out there. If you're seeing heavy snow, if you're seeing just rain. Many of us, though, we're seeing scenes just like that camera right now with heavy snow falling. So let's take a look at our satellite and radar. Jessica, thank you so much for the report. Snowing in Westbrook and very slushy roads in South Portland. Yeah, the road conditions went downhill very quickly this morning as that snow, or that rain, I should say, turned over to snow. So snow is falling hard in the Portland area, further inland towards the Lakes region. I'm really noticing this band here, if you can follow my mouse cursor, right over the Freiburg area, over towards Lewiston, towards Augusta. That is a very heavy band of snow that we are seeing this morning. So just be aware, likely a lot of slick roads out there this morning, and heavy big flakes in Sanford, heavy in Scarborough, heavy snow here in Sabatis, snowing in Norwich Walk. No snow here. Dale, wherever here is, let me know in the comments. Jesse, big flakes in Porter. Aren't these flakes some of the biggest? These are some huge flakes out there. I don't know if the biggest I've ever seen, but definitely some very big flakes out there this morning. Massive flakes. In fact, I've some maybe this big. I mean, just some enormous flakes out there. Snow in Naples, Norway has 3 inches of snow only so far. Thank you so much for the report, Patricia. Cheryl is watching, seeing a car off the road on 237 in Gorham. Thank you so much for that report, Cheryl. Yeah, with these heavy snowfall rates, the roads are becoming slushy and slick. And with this kind of snow, it's such a wet snow that it's a very icy, slippery snow. So that's what we're seeing out there this morning. So hopefully everyone's staying safe and yeah, enjoying the snowflakes or just staying indoors in the snow. But at least it's a pretty snow out there this morning. And this storm not going to be putting down a whole lot of snowfall in terms of amounts. Yeah, Jesse, they are huge flakes. Really been impressed by the size of the snowflakes out there this morning, and also impressed in our temperatures. We've fallen from the upper 30s to the low 30s in Portland as we switched over to snow. Still snowing, so pretty bit. Maine roads are slicker and people down. Great advice, Frank. Absolutely. People definitely tend to drive really fast in days like today, especially when we've had plenty of storms. Yeah, people get too comfortable, I feel like, when they've driven in snow several times. So just take it easy out there, you guys. Snow is coming down very hard, of course, and visibility is reduced. So let's talk about what we're expecting in terms of today's snowfall. A coating up to an inch or two here in the Portland area, down through Sanford, over towards the mid-coast, 1 to 3 inches from the Lakes region up towards Naples, 1 to 3 inches we're expecting there, and then up towards Lewiston, also in that 1 to 3 inch range. All right, Samantha, thanks for the question. How much snow are we supposed to get in Sanford today? A coating to 2, probably more along the 2 inch range for you there in Sanford, and it comes to an end 3 p.m. this afternoon, Samantha. I'll bring up the timing of this coming up here in just a second. All right, 1 to 3 inches, Lewiston to Augusta, 2 to 5 inches, Freiburg up towards Bethel and towards Carrabass Valley and Rangeley as well. So the mountain's getting the most from today's snowfall. So let's talk about what we're expecting here as we head through the rest of the afternoon. Mixture of rain and snow. Obviously, it's not rain anymore. It's all snow. We'll probably finish as all snow as well, wrapping up by the middle of this afternoon. So let's take a look at our storm tracker here. By the time we get to about 2-3 o'clock or so, that's when the snow begins to wind down here. So we'll begin to see improvements to our roads and, of course, to the driving conditions and just our weather in general as we head into the afternoon. And then skies clear out overnight. We should be nice and sunny on our Friday. It looks like a beautiful day tomorrow ahead of a much more significant storm on Saturday. Good morning, Christian. Snowing again in Sydney. Sigh. Come on, spring. Hey, it's March now, you guys, and the sun angle now is really going to help to melt the snow very quickly after it falls. And of course, it's just our average highs are getting much warmer now, and our days are much longer. So we're almost there. We just got probably a couple more storms to go before we really start to transition to more of a spring pattern here. So Barbie, we can do it. We can make it through the rest of this winter. So what are you seeing out there? Of course, this morning, plenty of snow. And we're going to talk about Saturday. That looks like a very significant storm. We're going to be seeing wind and heavy snow all through the day on Saturday. And because it's going to be a heavy, wet snow, power outages are looking like they're going to be a possibility with this storm on Saturday, especially at the coastline. We're also expecting significant snowfall accumulations, upwards of a foot likely in many spots here, if not even a little more in some places. Thanks so much for the report, Mary. Snow just stopped in Wells, and there may be some breaks here and there in the snowfall, but overall, it should begin to wind down here as we head towards lunchtime and towards the early afternoon. So, of course, we're talking about Saturday's threat of a significant snowfall here. We're going to see heavy snow on Saturday, along with very strong winds. So let's time that out for you. As we head into our Friday, we'll start out the day with lots of sunshine. Should be a beautiful and awesome Friday to get outside and enjoy. I almost said outdoors and outside is one word there. As we head into Friday night, that's when the snow begins, likely around midnight tomorrow night. So 12 p.m. or 12 a.m., I should say, on Saturday morning. That's likely when the snow really ramps up. So all of our Friday is looking dry. It's looking calm. It's looking good for any plans that you may have. Now, Saturday morning, that's when things will really go downhill. So by the time you're heading out the door, you just got some plans on Saturday. Expect very messy conditions out there. Heavy snow, gusty winds likely all day on Saturday, treacherous travel all through the day. So we're really looking at quite a messy storm here with plenty of snowfall on the way all through the day on Saturday. The good news is it's not a super long duration storm. It begins to wrap up as we head into Saturday afternoon and evening, finally ending by the time we get to Saturday night. So here we are lunchtime on Saturday, still seeing plenty of heavy snow out there, but by the time we get to the middle and latter part of the afternoon, notice how the snow tapers off. So by 4 or 5 p.m. Saturday, we're likely talking about the end of that snowstorm. So not the longest duration storm, but it certainly will bring plenty of impact. And winds are a big factor with this next storm. It looks like we'll see gusts up to 45 to even 50 miles per hour along the coastline. Here we are in the middle of the day, Saturday, and check out those wind gusts gusting up to 45 to even 50 miles per hour at the coast. Could lead to some overwash and coastal flooding, and will also lead, of course, to very low visibilities, drifting and blowing snow. Don't want to throw in the B word just yet. I don't think we'll get to blizzard conditions, but I do think we will see significantly bad conditions for travel and just being outdoors on Saturday afternoon. And of course, with heavy wet snow, that wind blowing onto the power lines and the trees, we will likely see some power outages along the coastline here on Saturday, with things coming to an end by the time we get into Saturday evening, or at least the winds dying down. So this is for our Saturday storm. Here's how much snow we're expecting: 8 to 12 inches in the Portland area, up towards Lewiston, Freiburg, down through Sanford, over towards the mid-coast. And I could see another contour getting added, maybe a 10 to 14 inch, or maybe even just this contour bumped up a little bit. But I think overall, 8 to 12 is probably a good bet for most of us. I don't have a ton of confidence that a lot of us will see more than a foot of snow. I think several of us will get to a foot, but seeing more than a foot with this storm, I just think it's not all that likely. From Augusta towards the north, 5 to 9 inches, and we'll see a sharp cutoff somewhere in north central Maine with much lower amounts further towards the south. So if you got any questions about our snow on Saturday or our snow map or how much we're expecting, we'd love to hear from you guys. You can drop the questions at any time and I'll be happy to answer them. Marjorie joining in, snowing hard in Sydney. When will it stop here? Mid-afternoon, Marjorie, I would say it would stop. And I'd say we'll see some improvements to travel and stuff because in the middle of the day, because of course the sun will be so high in the sky, and hey, it's March now, so that will really help with clearing off the roads. But mid to late afternoon, Marjorie, for the snow to come to an end in the Sydney area. So of course, we're talking about wind and the potential of heavy snow on Saturday. This wraps up by Saturday evening. And that is a great question, buddy. How much water are we expecting? It looks like about an inch of rainfall. If rainfall equivalent, looks like around an inch or so. So it's a very wet storm here, and that's why these amounts are fairly large. And with a 10 to 1 snowfall ratio, an inch of rain, probably ending up around 10 inches, upwards of a foot for most of us. Barely snowing now in Sabattis, likely to pick up a little bit. Joella, thanks for the report. Really appreciate all the reports you guys have been bringing in, of course, as well this morning. So let's go back to our satellite and radar. I want to talk about what we're seeing out there today. I would love any reports that you guys may have about what you're seeing out there on this Tuesday or Thursday. I was off yesterday. I'm a little thrown off on what day it is. On this Thursday afternoon, what you guys are seeing out there. Would love to hear from you guys this morning. So let's take a look at our, of course, satellite and radar. Okay, here's our snow totals for today. We're slowly working our way back to that satellite and radar. Stoked the sleds aren't ready for spring. Exactly, Dan. I'm sure many of us are going to enjoy this snowy March. We haven't had a really snowy March for a couple of years, so I think it'll be nice to have some snowfall this month, and hopefully by April or later, even later in March, we'll be talking about some warmer weather. So let's take a look at our, of course, snowfall accumulations for today. 1 to 3 inches in Lewiston towards Augusta, 2 to 5 inches Rangeley, down towards Bethel, over towards Carrabassett Valley and Bangor, and over towards Freiburg as well, also in that 2 to 5 inch range, a coating to 2 inches in the greater Portland area. Snowing like crazy in Wayne. Thanks for the report, buddy. Yes, seems to be coming down pretty hard for many of us out there, and they're big, big flakes as well on this Thursday morning out there. And of course, we're seeing slick travel as well with those heavy snowfall rates coming down. So let's get a look at our satellite and radar. You can see heavy snow in Portland right now, further inland towards the Lewiston area, inland towards the Lakes region, Bridgeton, Naples, up towards Rangeley, up towards Rumford as well. Also seeing some heavy snow. Freiburg, seeing some heavy snowfall. And in York County, seeing some lighter snowfall as of right now. And it looks like here's the back edge of it in central New Hampshire. So it should be moving through here in the next couple hours, wrapping up early or middle of this afternoon. And it's really been coming down out there. I've just been really impressed, Katie. Yeah, that's right. Can't believe how big these flakes are. I mean, I stepped outside and massive flakes, just really some huge snowflakes out there this morning. So stay safe out there. Hopefully everyone is driving carefully if you have to be on the roads. Big improvements by the time this afternoon. And then, of course, all eyes on that Saturday storm. We'll have, of course, updates all through the rest of this week and all weekend long. Ryan Munn will be in tracking the storm for you all Saturday. So stay updated and stay tuned to the forecast. Could see some changes in those Saturday totals. So stay tuned for any updates that we may have. And of course, we'll have all the details on the storm tonight and tomorrow morning on Good Day Maine starting at 4:30. So have a great rest of your day, everybody. Stay safe out there in the snow, and hopefully you can just stay inside and just enjoy a nice cozy Thursday afternoon. So have a great one, everybody.
This has been Live Interactive